Hey YouTube, I'm creating this video to talk about the it's pretty much a video reply to Maxine's video. The High Priestess Maxine Dietrich, one of her High Priestesses Maxine Dietrich's sermons, and I don't like calling her a High Priestess because I really don't think she is one. But it's a video response to her sermon called "Experiences Freeing the Demons," and she makes the claim that she was that after she got done freeing Azazel hugged her, and then after she got done freeing Azazel and some of the higher up demons with Azazel hugged her and said, "You're the first one willing to help us. That out of all this this whole time of us being enslaved, for hundreds or perhaps thousands of years. I don't remember how long these demons have actually been enslaved. I don't even believe that this was the real Azazel or personally I think these were enemy Nordics, just pretending to be these demons and to trick Maxine. Or perhaps they were thought forms, but as I mentioned in another one of my videos, I believe Maxine's on a higher level than that. I believe she's on a high enough level to tell the difference between thought forms and the real deal. But I don't believe she's on a high enough level to be a real high priestess. And I'm going to make another video right after this one explaining the reason why I think so, and how I think she's unfit, quite literally, to be a high priestess. And the same applies to Salem Burke too, who was a drug addict, who was unresponsible. I mean, he showed his face to the world. He used occult knowledge and power to win the lottery, which I think is pretty stupid in itself, and then made a video about it on top of that. And well, I'm not too sure about the whole lottery thing, but making a video and bragging about your winnings online and showing your face, I think is pretty dumb. But anyway, so back on topic, Maxine makes the claim of experiencing, a freeing Azazel, and then Azazel saying that out of all this time, out of all these years, nobody was willing to help them besides her. And I kind of find that as hard to believe. The chances of that is very slim, and because it's such a long time period, and Maxine didn't do this. According to Maxine, and I could be wrong here, but even if I am, it's still, chances are still pretty slim that she was the only one that was willing to help them throughout this whole time period. That not one person was willing to actually help free them besides Maxine. But anyway, so it was Satan that came to Maxine at first and started giving her advice. And you could watch her sermon, her video sermon called her experience, or Satan and his demons, and how she talks about how she first got involved in spiritual Satanism, and how Satan came to her first and started giving her advice, and started telepathically he was doing that. And then he even went and met her at some like she said that she was working late at her fitness center, because I guess she worked at a fitness center or something like that, and she was the only one on the job. It was late, it was like closing time, and she said that Satan spoke to her telepathically there, and he said, "Come and see me," and I guess she went into a room somewhere within that fitness center and saw him, and he was this beautiful blonde-haired Nordic with weird eyes. She said his eyes weren't human or something like that, but he then after that, I guess I don't know, so sometime after that came to her and told her to Thoth came to her, the demon Thoth and Satan came to her and saying that she needs to get involved in a ritual that helps free these demons, that she like Azazel. So there's your if that's the case, and there's your second contradiction right there, because she was never willing to she was never willing to free them in the first place. She only freed them because she was told to free them by other, so-called demons like Satan and filth. And like I said before, I don't even believe that these are the real demons she's communing with. I don't even believe it was the real Satan that came and met her at her fitness center. I believe these were enemy Nordics, or imposters, perhaps even alien shapeshifters. I don't know, but I don't believe for a moment that it was actually demons. But especially if the Joy Satan, what they say about demons being good and all that are true, then I don't believe it for a second, because these beings are liars, and they're very, and I can't believe it. They're very sneaky liars too, because nobody really questions them. Nobody really fucking critically thinks. When they say shit like when they pose as these Egyptian gods and shit like that, and everybody just sees how beautiful they are and sees how powerful they are, and right away they just suck everything they say up. But anyway, so Maxine says that Satan told her to free Azazel and other demons, and out of all that time, that not one person was willing to help them besides her. And I just find that very very unlikely, because at first she wasn't even willing to help them. It was Satan and both that told her to help them. And second, they could have, anybody that got involved in magic and summoning demons in the past, which was a lot of people, they could have did the same thing with them. Telepathically tell them to free them and ask them to, and you're telling me, out of all those experiences of other people, of them communicating with other people, not one person was actually willing to free them besides Maxine. And Maxine's the special one. Some white trash, probably lives in a trailer, not well educated. It's hard to believe, and it's very hard to believe. But anyways, I was watching another video on YouTube yesterday, and it was a video talking about this very sermon too, and saying how it's pretty much saying the same thing as me. But I'm not gonna. I don't really want to point out who the channel was, because they spread a lot of disinfo on their channel too. But they make some pretty good points as far as just how contradicting and how stupid this whole experience freeing the demons thing is. And they mentioned some other occultist who said the very same thing as Maxine about freeing the demons. And let me see if I can find. I want to find his. Who was it? I want to find the video very fast so I can show you guys. It's right here, by the way.
Here's who the
Okay, the video is. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys the video, because, like I said, I'm not gonna be that one to help spread disinfo on my channel, and I'm not gonna have any part of any other human being's downfall. On my channel, my whole goal is to spread my truth, and there's only one truth. The truth is the truth. I hate saying my truth, because my truth could not be true, but and I admit that, but I highly doubt it. And I want to say I pretty much know for a fact that what I know about the Joy Satan and them being an enemy front, and their gods being the same enemy ET that they preach against. I want to say I pretty much know for a fact that this is the case, but I'm not gonna tell anyone anybody just to take my word for it. I want people to do their own research, to think critically about this whole entire thing, the whole entire basis of Joy Satan, who they really work with, and to question their gods. Nobody really questions their gods, and it makes me so sick because I mean, even when I was a member of the JOS, and I saw contradictions like these and all that, I never questioned. I mean, I just wanted to believe, because spiritual Satanism was a lot like Christianity for me. It was a lot like Christianity for other people. I mean, Christianity never gave me that comfort feeling. I never liked being a Christian. I never liked anything about Christianity. But spiritual Satanism was a lot like that, as it is for other people. In a way, I mean, I hope you guys see the point I'm trying to make. It's kind of hard to discuss these things when you have an alien parasite attached to you. No thanks to the Joy Satan and their gods. But Joy Satan, despite their contradictions and all that I look past, I mean, I wanted to believe that, I was, because these demons in a lot of cases had me believing that I was from Dewat, and that in my past life I was one of them, and even if you look at some of the experiences of other members within the groups, they believe the same garbage about themselves. And what did these, and here's another contradiction, well, here's another red flag anyways. If you talk to a lot of people that get into New Age stuff like angel magic and all that, a lot of times these people believe that they're extraterrestrials or angels, helped. They were born and incarnated into this world to help humanity ascend to the next level or some shit like that. Well, who puts that garbage into their heads in the first place? These same people are psychic enough to see the Nordic ET, and I don't even know if these Nordics are really ETs. There's a part of me that believes that these Nordics are actually alien hybrids, human hybrids of some sort. They're not exactly full-fledged aliens, but actually human. A big portion of them are anyways. I think the aliens that created humanity and actually run this planet are far from human. It's a whole different genetic makeup. But I think the Nordics, though, because if I was an alien and I was a parasitical alien at that wanted to create another species to farm, to parasite off of, and first of all, I would make sure that this species that I created would be ignorant of my existence at all costs, because just as long as they believe that they're alone and I'm not around, I could take advantage of them, and I can use them for my own personal gain. They can't see me, but I can see them, because I've cut them off to certain parts of the mind that wouldn't allow them to see me, and I would adapt them into some sort of matrix as I guided their evolution from primitive ape to modern man, and then I would put some sort of because I know there's going to be some of them that are going to be smart enough to discover my presence to some extent. So I want to make sure that for those ones, I need to put on a mask, and I want this mask to identify with my creation as much as possible, so they don't see what I really look like and how I really think. And so I'm gonna need a mask that best identifies with them. So why not just create an alien human hybrid race, or a human hybrid race like Nordics? Let them be the poster boys, the intermediaries between myself and my creation, humanity. But let me throw in some genetics within the Nordics to make sure that they're not full-fledged humans, but they're alien enough to be, connected to my hive mind and all that. Because I've talked to some people that have had personal experiences with the Nordics. Like I said, I live in South Dakota. I'm part Native American myself. My dad is a sun dancer, and so I've always been around, you know, Native American medicine men and all that. Well, not. Well, I was never around them all that much, but because I was never raised on my dad's side of the family, I was raised on my mom's side of the family, who is full-fledged white European. My dad has some European blood in him as well, but he's mostly Native American. And so I've been around Native American medicine men pretty much my whole life, and I am one of my and I know a medicine man who is he's gay. He's a gay man, and they call gay people two-spirited. And two-spirited people in Native American spirituality are supposed to be very powerful, psychically speaking, especially if you're Native American, since Native Americans have been the last ones that's been really cut off from the spiritual life, that's been attacked by the system. And so, you know, we still have a lot of our spiritual / psychic power intact compared to every other race, you know, that's, you know, been attacked by the system and all that. But anyway, so he told me that this medicine man, and his name's Larry. He told me that, and he knew me ever since I was just a little baby. But he told me that he's seen the Nordics at my house, and he said that when he saw them, they were wearing like blue tight alien-like uniforms. He went on to say that they looked like vampires, that they were really, really extremely good looking, but they looked like something like you'd see off of a Twilight movie, is kind of what he made it sound out to be. He said they had blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. He said that they stood really tall, about 6 to 7 feet, and that they had no emotion, like they were like robotic, like, you know, not really no personality to them, nothing. Like they wouldn't even give him eye contact. And Larry said that each time he tried to give them eye contact, that they would get mad. Like, you know, they would kind of, you know, squint at him or some shit. Like, you know, don't peer into our eyes because, you know, perhaps, you know, because eyes are windows to the soul, and perhaps they didn't want Larry to really see into their soul because they hide a lot of secrets. But he said that he pretty much was, he didn't want to say that these Nordics were good or bad. But you know, the answer to me is quite obvious, that they're fucking bad. But yeah, I mean, saying that these Nordics, like, they don't really act human. I mean, they're to me they're human hybrids. They're like in a way robotic. They tie into this matrix. They serve this matrix, and they pose as demons, angels, whatever the system wants them to be, because demons and angels, even the beings of the ancient past, including the pagan gods and goddesses, all tie into this matrix in one form or another, you know. And anyways, though, but yeah, back on topic here, and sorry for going off topic, but anyways, the name of the guy that said that he freed, the name of the major famous occultist that said he freed demons in the past, like Azazel, his name is Donahue, Aaron C. Hansen, goes by the name of Donahue, I guess. He is an elite remote viewer and was able to see and talk to aliens, and he claimed to free Azazel and all that. And I guess High Priestess Maxine Dietrich, she made like I said, I don't like calling her a High Priestess, but she said he said that she said, well, he, the man that created the video talking about Donahue and the contradiction and what Maxine was saying on her video experiences freeing the demons, he said that Maxine created a topic on the e-group saying that Aaron C. Hansen, Aaron C. Donahue is a liar and was working for the enemy and blah blah blah. And but still, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there, because, you know, she could say that he's working for the enemy. I mean, he probably was, no doubt, because these aliens, they everything on this planet, like I mentioned in one of my other videos, is controlled by these aliens, and they have eyes everywhere, especially on the astral. And anyone who is a gifted psychic or anything like that, you best believe these aliens are gonna know about these people before these people fucking discover their own potential and discover their own power for themselves. These aliens, they have eyes, and they have eyes literally everywhere. And you can't. I mean, being born on this planet in this society is like being born into one huge surveillance system. You're not gonna. If you are very psychic, you're not gonna remain undetected for very long. Chances are you're gonna be detected, even during your childhood. So people wonder why there hasn't been no real psychics out in the streets and fucking that's been able to really demonstrate their powers and all that. Like real gifted psychics. Like I'm talking about probably like on a Carrie level. You know what I mean? Because these aliens they know beforehand and they'll kill these people before they allow any of these people to actually become a threat. And if they sense these people to become a threat before these people realize who they truly are, their potential, they're going to kill these people. Simple as that. And for those that are kind of like in between of being psychically gifted and not being gifted, and I don't like using the word gifted either, because I think somewhere down the line in like a past life they somehow earned these abilities themselves. But anyways, those that are in between gifted and not gifted, these aliens, that's when these aliens come to these people and they offer them, they offer them to choose sides between humanity and between them. And it's either you work for these aliens and you work against your fellow man, or then they'll kill you if you don't. And for those who aren't even psychic enough, or not even potentially, then I think they have nothing to worry about. They won't even show their presence to these people. I mean, these are just sheep. Earth is a sheep farm, and these aliens, they're the shepherd, and some of them might be the dogs. And definitely, I want to say they're chosen race. I don't want to say who that chosen race is that controls the world, but we all have a pretty much. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has a good idea of who that is, who I'm talking about when I say that. But I'm not going to say it because I'll just get reported and my channel, flagged and get terminated. But you could call that chosen race the dogs. You could call these aliens the shepherd, and you could call humanity the sheep. But where are the wolves in the equation? Well, they're humanity as well. We're all wolves at heart, but we're all sheep in the mind. And I don't think anybody can truly call themselves a wolf until they escape this matrix, until they fucking lose, until they wake up from that fucking mentality, that sheep mentality, and then get that wolf mentality, just like their hearts are wolves. Because I think definitely in a way, everybody is wolves in sheep's clothing. And if you're a human being, that is. And anyways, yeah, that's pretty much my point.